Today we're talking about having a super summer, and I think a lot of people think soup is a winter thing. You know, you think of all those hearty winter soups, but it can be a summer thing too. And Chef Peter Kinsey from Zupa's, and Nina is here to make a great summer soup. Good to see you, Peter.
Nice to see you.
Zupa's, first of all, you guys are known for your soups. How many every day?
We always have at least probably about 10 different soups every day.
What are the biggies that people go crazy over?
Lobster bisque, tomato basil. In the summer, we do sell a lot of cold soups. In the summer, I try to run one every day. But those are probably the two most popular ones that we have.
Oh, and they're both really delicious. So, summer soups. Besides the one we're going to make today, cold soups. I think people are like, cold soups, but they are really delicious. Name a few that are, you know, they're kind of popular.
Vichyssoise, which is like a cold potato soup, and a lot of times it has cucumber in it. Melon soups. Gazpacho. I mean, anything you can serve anything really cold. I mean, depending on what you put in it. Like you do asparagus with a little bit of buttermilk, and it will have that tartness. So. But on a hot day, an 85-degree day, and it's soup something healthy and light. And,
something different. You know, ladies' luncheon or even for dinner, we made that great Mediterranean Greek kind of wrap, and so we need a soup to go with it.
Right.
We're going to make the classic cold soup. This is probably one of the most popular, Gazpacho. Where origins for that?
Spain. But because, you know, Mexico and Spain, there's versions of Mexican gazpacho, South America, but it's usually lots of tomatoes and cucumbers and, you know, the vegetables that you think of down south.
Yeah, and let me tell you, when the garden's going, this is a great thing to make up. So basically a lot of chopping going on. I'm going to work on some cucumbers.
Lots of different recipes too for gazpacho, but this is one of my favorite ones. This is jicama, so I'm going to put a little bit of jicama. You've probably seen it at the grocery store and you really don't know what to do with it, but it's got a sweet crunch to it. So I'm going to start peeling that, and if you want to start peeling the cucumbers.
Absolutely.
You want to take the seeds out of the cucumbers.
Okay. So yeah, my grandmother grew up making, you know, she'd make gazpacho all the time in the summer, and it's super healthy and full of flavor, and you can use kind of whatever vegetables you like. It's basically, you know, a chunky tomato cold soup with all sorts of different vegetables, but cucumber was my favorite part that was in it, and we got some cilantro, it looks like, over there, and some celery.
It's very healthy too, and a lot of the stuff people grow in their own garden, or you can find at the farmer's market in abundance.
Yeah.
So we're going to take the jicama, and I'm just going to dice it. Basically, you want to dice the pieces so they're bite-sized. So it's going to become
not too chunky.
Right.
Got it. So I'm going to split these in half, and we'll use a spoon and get the seeds out of here. Or you could use those English cucumbers, and then you don't have quite as many seeds. But sometimes these are easier to find. I love those cucumbers, the little guys in the summer when you get them at the farmer's market.
Oh, those are the best.
Oh.
So we're just going to put it all in one big bowl. We're going to mix it all together. And
no cooking.
No cooking at all. So on a hot day, you don't have to heat up the kitchen. So we have our jicama in there.
Yeah,
and
just
you
got
just
a
take
spoon,
the seeds out of there.
The seeds right out, and then a small dice on those.
Yep.
Okay.
If you want to take care of that, I will go with the onion. We're going to take about a quarter of an onion.
Okay.
White or red. If you want to use a little bit of green onion, that's fine. We're going to garnish this with a little bit of chives, so I decided to use a white onion.
It smells so fresh already.
So I'm just going to finely chop the onion.
Now, I was talking earlier that this is the time of year where you've been saying it all winter, you know, I'm going to get out there and exercise and eat healthy. And I know my husband started running again and working out, and, you know, we've all been trying to hit it. And after you do all that work, you don't want to come home and ruin it and have, you know,
absolutely. And this is filling. So.
Yeah, this is great. Now's the time. You've been saying it all winter, time to start eating a little more healthy.
Right, so now I'm going to take one rib of celery, and I'm going to dice that the same size. And then we're going to need a little bit of color, so we're going to put red and yellow pepper in it.
Oh, I like that idea. Use the big knife here.
And I have the yellow already done up. I'm going to put that in there. That's one small yellow pepper.
Okay.
I'm going to do a small red pepper. Chop it up the same. And then we're going to put diced canned tomatoes in right now. In the summer, you know, lots of times there's great tomatoes, but I like canned personally. The prep's already done. They're already ripe and stuff like that. So.
And, you know, there's some wonderful Italian now canned tomatoes.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Come a long way.
Yeah, you know, there's one that's maybe a little bit more expensive in the store. It's worth getting.
Yeah, it is.
It's a pretty inexpensive thing.
A matter of cents. And,
right.
Yeah, look for those Italian, like plum tomatoes and things like that.
And it's also ready to go, so it saves a lot of time. You don't have to spend the time chopping in the kitchen. And I'm probably a little bit better at the knife than some people, so it doesn't take me as long. We're going to put 1 clove of garlic.
Okay.
If you have the chopped garlic, that's fine. If you have one of these little gadgets, it's kind of fun to use. And fresh garlic obviously is a little bit better.
Especially in this recipe. You know,
Yeah.
I always have the jarred garlic in my fridge for,
Yeah, I use it
marinades
too.
and things, but sometimes in a pinch, but this is so fresh, it'd be a shame not to keep it that way.
Okay, and then we're going to take a can of diced tomatoes. These are already diced up, and we're just going to put the juice all right in there.
Okay.
And I'm going to put 3 cups of V8 juice. You can use tomato juice, but the V8s are kind of like a seasoned vegetable juice. It's got a little bit more flavor.
And if you like it spicy, Peter, they
Right.
have a spicy
Right, and I think they make a
V8
low
now.
sodium one if you want to. Yeah, and they have the spicy one. About 3 cups of that. And then we're going to put a couple of dashes of Worcestershire sauce in there.
I'm liking this more and more.
And I'm going to put the juice and zest of 1 lemon. So I got my little lemon zester. That just adds a real fresh, clean flavor to it.
Lime would be good too.
Lime is great as well. So we got that in there, and then I'm going to put the juice of the lemon in there.
So the zest and the juice,
The juice,
and
yeah.
that really cranks up the flavor.
It does, and this is one of those things where you do want to use a real lemon.
Yep.
The lemon juice you buy in the store is fine for some things, but
Baking and things like
yeah,
that, but
this- this really does. So we got that. And we are going to put a little bit of olive oil in it. I think it just adds a nice smooth texture to it. So this is an extra virgin olive oil.
How are we doing? Do you think that's enough cucumber, or do you want more?
That's probably pretty good. Is
Okay.
that 2 of them?
I think we're going on 2.5 here.
And I like to put a little bit of cilantro in there.
I
You
do
could
too.
put dill. Some people put dill, but I like cilantro as a nice, fresh, summery flavor.
Or, some people are just not big fans of it. Parsley, dill,
Right.
chives.
Yeah.
I happen to love it like you.
And then salt and pepper.
And that's the one thing. Gazpacho can be bland, so you really want to crank up the flavor. Make sure
Absolutely.
you're seasoning it, the Worcestershire. Taste it.
Right. And cucumbers, too. Cucumbers always taste a little bit better with salt.
Oh, I agree. Yeah. Cucumbers and tomatoes, they need that salt.
So if you want to mix that up,
I'm happy to.
and I am going to chop some chives.
This is a spoon. I need one of these.
Chives are easy to grow, too. First thing they come up in the garden, and
Mine are up,
yep.
and my son actually put weed killer on them last year, and I thought, oh, there went the chives. And they were the first thing that came up. It didn't get to them.
Absolutely, yeah. They grow all year, well into the fall.
Look at this. This is beautiful. We're not, you just serve it just like this. You don't even dare think about cooking it. It's just crisp and wonderful.
And then we, taste it, see if it needs a little bit more salt. You
Oh,
want
I'd
to try it?
love to. Just reminds me, this whole thing reminds me of my grandmother. I like a little bit of everything in here.
But you can see the olive oil leaves that nice little shine to it.
Oh, it's so good.
I think it is good, yeah. So we dish it up in a big bowl like this.
Yeah, I need a ladle. A fun thing I did, I actually had a Mexican fiesta recently, and I did gazpacho in martini glasses. I have cucumber in my hair. And then I did shrimp over the side, shrimp
Nice.
cocktail over the side. And people went crazy over it, and it was super easy. But they could dip the shrimp into the tomato juice and then, eat the gazpacho. And it was just really a fun thing.
That sounds like a great idea.
Yeah.
So you got a little fresh chive on there.
That's beautiful.
There you go.
And totally healthy. Yum. So think about doing some cool summer soups.